Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. It's official. Seth Rollins is retiring. Well, technically, Seth Rollins isn't retiring until he's 45 years old, and right now he's currently 38 years old. So we have a few more years of Seth Rollins, but importantly, I don't think people are going to realize what they have until it's gone. And most of the time, we don't give people their flowers, like Richard Holiday would say, until they retire, until they have their Hall of Fame ceremony, or unfortunately, until they die. But right now, we have the chance to give Seth Rollins his flowers. Like when he retires at age 45, he will have been with WWE for like 20 years. And he's one of the true workhorses and one of the best professional wrestlers of this generation. But for some reason, from the internet wrestling community, he gets all of this sort of hate all of the time. But we absolutely don't appreciate him while we have him. Like, look at this feud now he has with CM Punk. Where was CM Punk all of these years? Who was there carrying the company? Who was there doing the matches, the shows, wrestling hurt? Like all of these sorts of things that are about a true champion, a true workhorse. Yes, CM Punk is back and he's doing great things. Awesome. But Seth Rollins was always there, along with guys like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler and things like that, and Roman Reigns and all of these things that were happening because of these guys. And now Seth Rollins says he's going to retire at age 45. Again, he's 38. So he's about 7 years left for us to actually appreciate his greatness while he can still feel it, while he can still feel our energy. Yes, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Of course he is. He's one of the best of all time. And yes, he's going to retire and there's going to be a big thing and he's going to go into the Hall of Fame. And at some point, yes, he is going to pass away. And then maybe that next generation of wrestlers are going to talk about him the way we talk about some former wrestlers that we didn't give their flowers to while they deserve them. We have the power of social media. We have the power of social media to give Seth Rollins his flowers on a consistent basis. Another guy you think about is AJ Styles, who plans to retire around the age of 50. I believe he's either 47 or 48. Why not give AJ Styles his flowers right now, too? Again, one of the best professional wrestlers of all time. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins are two guys we'll probably never see the likes of, again, who can do what they do and have the careers and the matches and the storylines and the impact that they've had. So I'm saying here right now, let's do a better job of giving people their flowers in the moment while they can still receive and appreciate those flowers. You know, speaking of sort of the next big thing in WWE, we're looking at Braun Breaker because apparently Braun Breaker backstage and at shows has been working very, very, very closely with Paul Heyman. Now, the next big thing was obviously Brock Lesnar's deal, so they're not going to call Braun Breaker that, but I'm just using it here now as sort of a way to show you how good Braun Breaker can potentially be if given the right coaching, nurturing, and obviously giving the right booking. And clearly Triple H and Paul Heyman see something in Braun Breaker that they want to develop. And so you look at Paul Heyman's track record of guys that he's worked with, right? Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. We know now the story currently with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. CM Punk is owed that favor from Paul Heyman. When is Paul Heyman going to pay up? Paul Heyman is always involved in some of the biggest storylines because he's the absolute best to ever do it at his position. He has one of the greatest creative minds we've ever seen in professional wrestling. And if he's directly working with you like he is with Braun Breaker, he's going to make you better. He's going to elevate you. He's going to pick out those small details that you can improve upon, and he's going to elevate everything you do in your career. And so it's amazing that they've attached backstage Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker to develop his character, his promos, his aura, his mannerisms, his execution, everything that you need to be a top star, and he will be a top star. He will break out in 2025 and probably become a world champion in 2026. I believe at the time of this recording, he's been Intercontinental Champion for like 140 days, which is incredible, and so I can't wait to see what Paul Heyman develops behind the scenes for Braun Breaker, how Braun Breaker implements that on screen, and potentially an actual pairing of Braun Breaker becoming the next Paul Heyman guy. And again, speaking of Paul Heyman guys, you have the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, who now claims to be the greatest box office attraction in WWE history. Do we agree with that? Do we disagree with that? What do we think about that? Now, maybe in the current generation, potentially Roman Reigns is the greatest box office attraction now. I don't know if he's drawn more money than a Hulk Hogan, than a Ric Flair, than a Stone Cold Steve Austin, than a Rock. I don't know. I don't know the numbers behind that. But Roman Reigns is one of the biggest stars to ever be produced by WWE. Now, right now, the face of the company is Cody Rhodes. I do think he has the number one selling merch item. I do think he is the quarterback of the company and the biggest babyface. But Roman obviously got a massive pop when he returned on Monday Night Raw to attack Seth Rollins and attack CM Punk. He is now a babyface, so people are going to love him even more than they did before, and he is a massive box office attraction. But is he the greatest box office attraction in WWE history? Now, there's a solid argument to be made for Roman Reigns being that guy, and now depending how long he continues to wrestle too, we might as well give Roman Reigns his freaking flowers as well, because he's building up to have one of the coolest, best, most important triple threat matches at WrestleMania 41 with Seth Rollins, with CM Punk, with Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns apparently calling his shots, being the greatest box office attraction in WWE history. Will there be a stipulation in that triple threat match similar to, I believe, WrestleMania 30 when Daniel Bryan wrestled Triple H to get into the to make that a triple threat match between Batista, Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan, and then the Yes Movement lived. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Roman Reigns. It's potentially going to happen with CM Punk, but I think Roman Reigns, I don't know, right? Because if Paul Heyman or if CM Punk cashes in that favor with Paul Heyman, then that match is a triple threat. Then the winner gets moved on to the match with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Maybe it's CM Punk, maybe it's Roman Reigns, maybe it's Seth Rollins, maybe it's a fatal five-way. No, I'm just kidding. That's definitely 100% not going to happen. But I think the Seth Rollins-Roman Reigns feud probably continues on, and then maybe CM Punk gets added to that match, and then they just have so much happening. But who's going to get added to The Rock and John Cena? Right? Who's going to have Cody Rhodes' back? All of these things are happening while Roman Reigns is telling the world that he's the greatest box office attraction in WWE history. We have Seth Rollins and AJ Styles thinking about retiring in the near future. We have Braun Breaker, who's aimed to be the next big thing, who could have a massive, major, awesome feud with Roman Reigns as the Battle of the Spears. I mean, there's so many cool things happening. We're on the road to WrestleMania. WWE wrestling is awesome. If you're not a wrestling fan yet, I don't know why you've listened to this whole video, but maybe I convinced you to go watch some professional wrestling, some independent professional wrestling, some WWE, whatever it is. Please drop your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I want to know that you're here. Please smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with every person you know on the planet who enjoys wrestling or think you might enjoy wrestling. And let's grow this channel together. So thank you very much. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.